So welcome everyone to the 2022 Premium Brand Ranking webinar. And welcome to Ross Honeywill, social scientist and premiumisation specialist. As a nation, we're emerging from COVID, and as businesses look at the real cost of COVID and the increasing cost of doing business, profitable growth has never been more important or more elusive. That is, until we recognised the two-speed economy and the two-speed recovery, the continued threat of commoditisation, and until we fully appreciated the power of premiumisation and what it means to be a premium brand. So it's very important that the status of being a premium brand is bestowed on a brand not by Roy Morgan, not by an advertising agency or even the brand owner. It's bestowed on a brand by the millions of premium consumers. They're the ones that choose. Really simply, a premium brand is one that's chosen by premium consumers. So before we announce the winners, I'd like to look at what it really means to be a premium brand and what that means for profitable growth. So commoditisation is a real and present danger. And the real danger is that it can destroy profitable growth. If you have decreasing margins, increasing competition, decreasing market share, and falling revenue, you're not going to achieve profitable growth. And premiumisation really is the antidote to commoditisation. As I said, premiumisation starts with premium consumers. It starts with these consumers who demand products and services that satisfy their desires, not just their basic needs. They're influenced by emotion. And of course, they spend more and spend more frequently, but particularly on brands that they have emotional connections to, experiences that are authentic, of higher and lasting quality, more ethically produced, sustainable, innovative, and offer more personalised services. And premiumisation can work in every sector. So Ross, tell us about these premium consumers.
Thanks, Michelle. Michelle mentioned that premium brands are really determined by premium consumers. So what is this premiumisation we're talking about? Well, it really is the key to profitable growth, margin, and brand equity. A successful premiumisation really looks at the consumers who desire more and satisfies them. The consumers who are proven to pay more for it, and that's crucial. Premiumisation drives profitable growth, revenue and margin by increasing customer perceived value. It delivers more money per unit of products sold, that critical gross margin. And at the heart of any successful premiumisation is the understanding of how different consumers perceive and assign value differently. And finally, if brand equity is the commercial value derived from customer perception, then premiumisation is the vehicle by which that value is delivered. Now, if we just look at Fever Tree tonic, my favourite tonic on the right-hand side, once upon a time Schweppes dominated the entire tonic water market. Own brand, so Coles own brand for example, you can buy tonic water for 80 cents per litre. You can buy Schweppes, the old standard, for $3.75 per litre. And then Fever Tree entered the market at $9.44, 3 times as much as Schweppes per litre. And it took over, with a premiumisation strategy, took over the market. Not only took over the premium market, but in the UK, for example, it's the #1 selling tonic water. So it's a really, really great case study for how premiumisation works in practice. So premiumisation really starts, as we've said several times, with the premium consumer. But where's the proof for all this? Where's the evidence base for this? Well, let me start by saying that a lot of this is very new. There's a new business model emerging where we see the two-speed economy and the two-speed recovery being exercised in different ways. You can have a premiumisation strategy that looks purely at the business as usual, at the, how you're currently doing it, but inject premiumisation into it. Or you can take a kind of a two-speed approach. You can take the mothership with the business as usual model, and you can take a separate fast lane, which is the agile, very active, test and learn premium strategy with a premium brand, appealing to a completely different consumer. So, going back to the question, who are these people and where's the evidence? We started with an evidence base of 800,000 respondents across 3 continents, a huge amount of Roy Morgan data, to really create an evidence-based algorithm. And the algorithm has 194 factors. It can be applied to any population or database, and it identified that in the population, there are just 2 fundamentally different mindsets: big spending, neos, and price-sensitive, traditionals. Now, on this slide, you can see the neos, 4.8 million neos in Australia. There are 5.4 million aspiring neos in Australia. They're the ones who have a lot of the neo characteristics, the neo mindset, if you like, but don't spend enough. The algorithm is mercilessly commercial. So if you're not spending enough, you get tipped out. But you don't go to the right-hand side and become a traditional. And there are 10 million traditionals in Australia. Crucially, everyone wants the best price. So when I talk about neos being big spenders, they want the best price. Everyone wants the best price. But for a neo, price is just the cost of falling in love. So we've got 2 fundamentally different mindsets, and they're so different, they may as well be from 2 completely different planets, planet neo and planet traditional. And if a business drops down on planet neo, where you can make very good profit, they can get it right, but they can probably intuitively only get it about 85% right. This is exactly what happened when the wonderful Stephen Bennett founded the New George's in Melbourne back in 1998. He really created a wonderful new department store, a completely new concept. It was beautiful. People loved it. Not enough people loved it, but people loved it. And towards the end of the first year of operation, he said, Ross, it's just not going the way we want it to go. And we sat down and I ran through the things that the neos would have preferred him to have done. The 15% that he didn't do. He got it 85% right. He was a genius. But the 15% just was going to kill it. And the day after we met and I told him what he needed to have done, and the colour drained from his face, the very next day, it went into liquidation. So this is very much a matter of winning and losing. The moral of the story, even if you're smart enough and intuitive enough to land on planet Neo, without the right data and the right tools, well, let me put it this way, it's not rocket science to get it right for Neos. It's just incredibly and dangerously easy to get it wrong. So now, back to Michele to talk about the winners in the premium brand stakes.
So as Ross said, Neos earn more, they spend more, they invest more, they even borrow more to enable their premium lifestyle and to sate their desires. So we at Roy Morgan took 5 years of data, and that's an overall sample of almost 275,000 Australians on our Roy Morgan single source consumer survey. And we focused on which brands achieved the highest index from Neos. And I can reveal that the 2022 winner is American Express. American Express has actually topped the financial services sector rating for the past 3 years. But this year, it comes in as #1 across all sectors, the most premium brand. Ross mentioned 2 planets. And even on planet Neo though, not all Neos are the same. The top 50% are really super Neos. They're the most premium of all, and that's who we used to identify the premium brand rankings for 2022. So these winning brands are really premium. We looked at 8 categories. This year we excluded airlines, really because there just wasn't much activity going on in that space during COVID. So in addition to American Express winning the overall most premium brand, obviously it won the financial services sector. In the retail sector, the winner was Peter Alexander For supermarkets, Harris Farm Markets was the most premium brand. In liquor, it was Vintage Cellars. QSR, or quick service restaurants, Mad Mex was the most premium brand. In the automotive sector, Audi, the most premium brand. For smartphones, it was Google Pixel. And for energy, it was PowerShop. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking, why? Whether you're thinking, why was it Mad Mex or why was it PowerShop, you'll definitely be thinking about why. Now, before I ask Ross to run through each of the winners and explore what truly makes them premium and attractive to that top 50% of NEOs, let's go to the source to really understand what makes Amex the best of all. It's my pleasure now to introduce Nizla Edwards, who's the Vice President of Brand and Member Experience at American Express. Thank you, Nizla, for agreeing to share some of the secrets to your success. So Nizla, what are you and your leadership team doing to put American Express in the top spot on these premium brand rankings?
At American Express, we place a huge emphasis on ensuring we offer our card members an elevated lifestyle experience. Whether that's through curated experiences across passion areas such as dining, entertainment, travel, retail, and wellness, at the end, what we want to do is support and enhance how our customers live. We also continue to focus on delivering exceptional customer service and on providing products that are designed specifically for the end user in mind.
Wow, that's a lot of touch points. Is being consistent across touch points important?
Absolutely. Backing colleagues, customers, and communities is at the heart of everything we do. And doing so authentically, it is very important. We want everyone that comes in contact with our brand to receive a premium experience. So yes, we work very hard to be consistent at every touch point, whether that's through customer communications, experiences, product offerings, or even our own office environment.
Nizla, given that premium NEOs are looking for brands that stand for something and have a social purpose, how does that play out at American Express?
At American Express, we see corporate sustainability as critical to creating equitable, resilient, and sustainable communities globally. Underpinning our business momentum is our belief that our strength comes from the impact we can make on people's lives. We want to deliver high-impact initiatives serving people, businesses, and non-for-profit partners so they can thrive and make a meaningful difference in the world today. An example of how we as a brand stand for something and have social purpose is our recent partnership with the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. Our 3-year partnership is all about working together to support the LGBTQIA+ communities and amplify the voices of individuals, groups, and businesses within this community. We are behind so many social, artistic, and community initiatives. It is in our cultural and brand DNA.
Thank you, Nizla. That's really important. What Amex is doing is really showing us how a transactional brand, a charge card, or a credit card brand can really invite NEOs to make it anything they want. What American Express has done is align its values with the values of the most profitable consumers in the economy, and that's crucial for profitable growth. I'm now going to pass back to our premiumisation specialist, Dr. Ross Honeywill, to take a similar look at the other winners.
Thanks, Michele. The first category is financial services. It's a bit like the Academy Award, isn't it? And in financial services, we've already seen that American Express was the winner. But other than Amex, I can tell you that Macquarie Bank and ING have always been favourite brands for NEOs, and this has been for a very, very long time. So what makes these best of the best truly premium? Well, they do it by offering exceptional quality, being emotionally engaging everywhere, all the time, taking a premium price position, just like Fever Tree did, loving the artisanal, really cherishing the handmade, personalising customer relationships. We hear so much about personalisation, but it's never been more important. Sharing really rich knowledge and information, being continuously innovating, shaping the future. The NEOs are known as the future shapers, so you really have to get it right for them. being frictionless, moving endlessly and constantly towards zero friction, practicing real authenticity, actively making a positive impact on society, exhibiting commitment to a better future, and bringing beauty to life, embracing the arts and culture. What's mandatory for all premium brands is offering me, the premium neo-consumer, the right choices. So let's look at retail. Michele mentioned that Peter Alexander was the winner in that. Also, there was the iconic Mecca, David Jones, and Country Road. So what makes Peter Alexander the winner? When I looked at Peter Alexander's marketing and online messaging, it was immediately clear that they're offering exceptional quality, generating emotional engagement. You really need to go online and have a look at this. Just check out the history tab on the Peter Alexander website. It is so gorgeous. And the final one is that they're taking a premium price position. Now we look at supermarkets, and there was only one winner in this category, and it was Harris Farm Markets. So which of the premium characteristics made them a winner? For those of you in New South Wales and Queensland, you probably know Harris Farm. The Harris family takes a premium position by actively making a positive impact. They talk about better tasting produce from sustainable suppliers. The next one is they practice real authenticity, and they talk about the love for local farmers and producers, and they really mean it. And the third one is, once again, taking a premium price position. These people really know how to get it right. It's fantastic when you go into their stores. It's so authentic and so connecting. In liquor, my favourite category, again, there's only one winner, and that's Vintage Cellars. Vintage Cellars is a perennial favourite of Neo's, and in 2022, it leads the premium liquor sector by offering exceptional quality, sharing rich knowledge. Just check out their Grapevine interactive online magazine, being emotionally engaging, and you can see that from this slide, and personalising customer relationships, so important. So now let's look at QSR. Michele mentioned that QSR stands for Quick Service Restaurants, and the winners are Mad Mex in number 1, Crust Pizza, Grilled, and Guzman and Gomez. Now, in truth, I found this, what used to be known as the fast food category, a little odd in a list of premium brands. But once I started ordering and chomping my way through the list, I understood why so many other Neos get their ready-to-eat meals from these brands. And the data doesn't lie. Mad Mex, for example, was the standout. It attracts premium consumers by sharing rich information. They demystify Mexican food. It's fantastic. I was always confused about what was a soft taco or a hard this or that, and they explained everything for me, and it was really easy to follow. They've got an online nutritional calculator for someone on a diet. I can tell you that was really, really important. They exercised the notion of loving the handmade. Everything they do is made to order and made by hand. And they're constantly innovating. They've got vegan, they've got healthy alternatives. It's a very, very interesting brand as a case study. Now, the next category is automotive, what Michele likes to refer to as the car category. And as she said, Audi is the number 1. Now, Audi was followed very closely by BMW. It's a real tussle between these two brands. Then comes Mercedes, Benz, and Volkswagen. Now, Volkswagen is particularly interesting because it is really, really spreading its wings as a premium brand across so many areas and price points. If we take a look at Audi as the winner, it's a natural fit, really, on any premiumisation list. But in this case, it's a premium brand because it takes a premium price position, duh. It offers exceptional quality. It actively makes a positive impact. The Audi Foundation is incredible. It supports sustainable communities and the environment. Audi's committed to making a better future. It uses 100% renewable energy, and it's continuously innovating, shaping the future. Smartphones is next, and I have to admit to being a little surprised and a little disappointed by this result. Apple has been a poster child for Neos, well, forever, really, since smartphones were invented. And Google Pixel has had a very, very, very rocky history. But the Pixel 6, the latest model, has changed all that and given the iPhone a real jolt at the Neo or premium end of the market. And if we look at why, it's because Pixel is offering exceptional quality. They're constantly innovating with artificial intelligence and machine learning in a phone and actively making a positive impact. They've been carbon neutral since 2007, and they constantly make investments in renewable energy projects. Now, the final category is energy, power. And the winner, as Michele said, is PowerShop, just one winner. For those of you who don't know this name, check it out. It's kind of reinvented how you deal with an energy provider, and it's left its competition looking pretty old-fashioned. They've done it by continuous innovation. What you do is you buy what they call power packs of energy that you can buy well into the future. It puts you in control, and it's a very, very Neo characteristic. They've got a commitment to a better future by making a positive impact. They're 100% carbon neutral right now, and they've got what they call green power. And by being frictionless, moving towards zero friction, everything is done via a completely intuitive app. It's a really, really interesting brand to check out. Now I'm going to hand back to Michele to wrap up.
So thanks, Ross. It's really interesting when you look at what's underpinning successful premiumisation. And all these brands are demonstrating profitable growth. And yet they're mostly mature brands. It's interesting, it's actually pretty easy to get it right for Neos if you're a startup and if you're a Neo yourself. What's a lot more difficult is to take a mature brand that's struggling to sort of squeeze a few more points of market share or striving to make growth profitable. Now, earlier Ross mentioned the 85-15 rule. And remember, on your own, without data science and without the premiumisation tools, the best you can hope for is getting it 85% right. And it's always the last 15% that makes the difference between winning and losing. Or worse still, landing somewhere between the two planets, Planet Neo and Planet Traditional, where there's no oxygen. So to find out more about how to premiumise your brand or simply to get your own copy of this presentation, contact us. And why don't you leave comments for us in the comments section on YouTube. Let us know what you think or any questions that you might have. And while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. So thank you for joining us today. Special thanks to Nigel Edwards and to Dr. Ross Honeywill. And I look forward to you joining us again soon.